Quarter-final action. Shaun Chipperfield versus Clint. And I'm starting to get bored of saying it now. Another dry break. Really has been the story of the day so far is dry breaks. Those yellows were clustered and they didn't look that great when Clint came to the table, but regardless, he's made a nice clearance. He takes the first frame and he will break in the second. He's going to play the cut break. He's come wide. Yuck. Try again, and let's look at the table, and we can see that, well, reds aren't too bad. If he can play the plant as his first shot, he's not going to, by the look of it. Maybe not quite on, or maybe thinks that it's easy enough to develop. It really does only need a nudge, and it's going to be in the pocket, so. Maybe playing it now? Is he okay? Very close to his work. I think there's enough room between the balls, yeah. You just play across the face of it. Killed the cue ball. You see the little banana, just killing the pace out of it. Lovely control. He is one of the most attractive styles to watch. So fluent. It's brilliant. I watched these guys last night. I watched, so when all the pool action had finished, I wandered through the room and I saw Chippy and Carl Sutton. And they were playing like table bowls. I don't know what the game's called. I don't even know if it's got a name, but basically they take it in turns. The cue ball's the jack, They run it down the table, and then the rule is you get 5 balls each, and it's basically the same as bowls. It's the closest ones to the cue ball, but you have to hit 2 cushions. And I tell you something, those guys have too much time on their hands because they were unbelievable at it. I mean, I had a little try afterwards, and it's ridiculously difficult. And they're just literally just get down, fling the ball down the table, hits 2 cushions, and just lands perfectly, and then nudges one of the other balls away. It's ridiculous. But while I'm talking, Shaun breaks, and that is how you need to break on this table. Absolutely slaughtered it. Yeah, very much a misspent youth when you can get on a table and do. I mean, honestly, they were very good, and there was a couple of tables of people playing it as well. So I said, I've never really seen it before, but it seems like it's a thing. Really good game, actually. And then Chippy was doing like tricks with the, when you flick the cue ball and snap your fingers at the same time and send the cue ball down the table, and it just arcs around the ball. He was doing a bit of that. As I say, sign of a misspent youth. Lovely clearance. Smash the break, and you see Tom Cousins sat on watching. He's waiting for his lift home. Travel up together. Well, probably actually travel across together, because I suppose Norwich is too far from here. It's, well, when you consider that some of the trips are Blackpool and Birmingham and Stoke-on-Trent and so on and so forth, this one's probably a bit more local to them. Still a bit of a trek. Norwich isn't really local to anywhere, apart from Norwich. So drive from Clint. Shaun has been knocking on the door of lots of events and getting deep, making quarters, semis, and just not getting across the line. That's a lovely shot. I think the yellow passes the red, and he's having a look now. I reckon that probably goes. Makes life easier if it does, so you can just drop this in. Yeah. Just you could just see him hesitate slightly as he got up, but it just got far enough. Needed an angle just to run the cue ball through up table, and just got there. How easy does he make this game look? Wonderful. Serving up a treat. As always, every stream's a new one, so if you've already liked one of our streams today, if you could do the same to this one. Give it the thumbs up. Finish awkward because he's hampered on the yellow that he'd like to play, so he can't screw the cue ball back out, so he's going to have to take this one long. Middle of the pocket. Is there a player that sees the shots quicker? Just sees them, executes them. Maybe, but doesn't like the double. So close together, it's hard to find the angle. Obviously, a massive frame as well, because if he lands on that black and pots it 4-1 on the hill, it's a long, long way back for Clint. But 3-2, it's a whole different ball game. It's going to be, I think. Shane Thompson beating Dom Cooney 1-0. Gareth Hibbert beating Lee Harrett 2-0. Luke Gilbert beating Aaron Davis 1-0. No real surprise that all of those matches, well, 1 frame in, 2 frames in, 1 frame in, and we're just about to start the 6th frame. Been going for 17 minutes. So as I said, that was a huge frame, and Clint now changing to a front ball break. Saw Shaun have some success. What do you have to do? It doesn't matter what he does at the moment. I mean, this is reminiscent of London when he didn't have any luck off the break against Jack Whelan. Doesn't look fazed by it. He's been there before, hasn't he? I think all the yellows passed to middle. Looks like it, doesn't it? Maybe, I don't know, maybe he needs a nudge. Looks like he's left an angle to do that, but no, must go. So he's going to pot the top yellow, and in doing so, yeah, I reckon these all go. Yeah, the cannon's important here because the cue ball is running. Could have been dangerous. He was worried about the cue ball going across towards that middle pocket. It did, but landed below. And what was that about? He looks looked like it hit the centre of the pocket, but he cleaned the ball. So maybe I didn't actually notice what the cue ball did. So maybe he had a big kick there. Yeah, cleaning the black as well. Definitely had a kick. Gareth Hibbert now 3-0 up against Lee Harrett. He's having success with this break. Success like nobody else we've really seen. And it's just due to just a brutal power. Somehow don't think that Clint's going to get back to the table here. Blink and you'll miss it. Awkward, reaching. Could there be one last twist? Because this is suddenly very difficult because he's not the tallest of players, and look at this. Don't foul. Yeah, didn't try anything fancy. Just left it on black. That really is a top performance from Shaun Chipperfield, and he just keeps on knocking on the door. That's another semi-final under his belt, and that was over in double quick time. I think, let's have a look, 22 minutes I think from start to finish for 7 frames. That is incredible. No one else is even close. Shane Thompson 2-0 up against Dom Cooney. So the winner of that match will play Shaun Chipperfield, and Gareth Hibbett now 3-0. And he will play, the winner of that game against Lee Howard will play either Luke Gilbert or Aaron Davis. Wow, we've got some time on our hands. Probably going to be back with the action. I don't know which game they're going to pick. I would think probably the one that finishes first. It could well be, if Shane Thompson does manage to beat Dom Cooney, it could be Shaun Chipperfield against Shane Thompson. But we'll leave that to the top table to decide. We will be back with the action as soon as it happens. Keep an eye on Q Score so you can keep updated with the scores as they happen, and you'll know when those games finish. Also, if you've subscribed to our channel, you'll get a notification to tell you that we've gone live. So don't miss out. We'll be back with the action as soon as it happens. See you then.